Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. It's Saturday today, so as I've told you all before, Saturday and Sunday is my time for knitting. I don't usually do orders at the weekend. I like to keep that for myself. So I'm going to do this little cardigan today. I'll tell you a little bit about this in a moment. But I have got this much. This is Angela's, one of the sides. I have getting this much done, but because I hadn't had much time to do a lot of Angela's cardigan during the week with doing the two little cardigans for my friend and going to my granddaughter's and things, I didn't actually get as much done as I wanted to. So I am going to do some of this tonight, probably from about 7 o'clock when I'm sitting down watching the television. But in the meantime, now it's almost 2 o'clock. I've just finished my lunch and sorting out what I'm going to do. So I am going to do, this was one of the patterns that Sandra sent me a little while ago. Now I've been dying to do some of these patterns, I just have not had time. Sandra sent me an awful lot of patterns and I've only managed to use 2 of them up to now as 2 ladies' jackets, cardigans, jackets. I think one was the Celtic cable and the other one was just a cardigan. But I've got quite a few baby ones which I want to do now. Sandra sent me this wool here. This is King Cole Beaches. This is a single ball. She did send me 3 balls, but 2 of them were a slightly different colour, both the same, but this is one different one, so there's only enough for a very small one. So I'm going to do this one, hopefully the one that the little girl's wearing, but it's not exactly the same yarn. This is a different yarn as what they see on the pattern, but it is King Cole. So I've been looking at the pattern and working out the pattern starts with the left front and the right front before you do the back, but I always start with the back first, so I'm going to be doing the back. Now the back tells me for a 14-inch, it says for one ball, it's got the materials here, down here where it says the materials required for a 14-inch. Now it says 14-inch for a, it's one ball, which is I have one ball, and I'm sure it actually says there's 255 meters. Now if this is a 14-inch, I should get that out of that, no problem at all. So I'm hopefully going to do the one with the little collar on. That's that one. There is a lot of other different styles on the back. There's V-neck, there's round neck. There's 4 different styles altogether. That's the V-neck with a shawl type collar on. But the pattern for both this one with the collar on and the round neck is exactly the same. The probably only difference would be when you come to put the collar on or a round neck. So that's the pattern I'll be following. And I've been looking at the pattern and it says for one ball it's 14-inch. Now that's very small. You can get out of a 100-gram ball like that, a 14-inch, no bother, with plenty left over. I normally do. But it says the actual finish size is 18 inches. Now when I do a baby's one, if I was doing a 14, I would do it to measure 16 inches. If I was doing a 16-inch, I would do it to 18 inches. So I think this one would probably be coming out 16 to measure 18 inches actually. And then when I'm looking at the pattern for the back, it says to cast on 61 stitches. Now when I do an 18-inch, not a 14-inch, when I do an 18-inch one, I either have 49 or 50 stitches, depending whether I need an even number or an odd number for the pattern, or sometimes I can have 51 stitches. It's just depends on the pattern. And sometimes if it's a kind of pattern, you know, that might draw in a little bit, I might add a couple of extra stitches. But then this one, it has a, you can see a little picot edge on it, where you have to do the picot edge and then you do the rib. And then on the last row of the rib, they're ribbing 2 stitches together so many times across the row. And that will leave you with 51 stitches. Now I don't like having a rib with that many stitches and then having to decrease to a smaller size. Whether those extra stitches are because of the picot edge, I don't know. But I am not going to cast on 61 stitches for a 14-inch. I'm going to cast on the 51 stitches and not do any of that decreasing on the last row of the rib. So the picot and the rib will all be knitted the same, and the same number of stitches will go on to knit the rest of the back. I do alter patterns to suit myself, and if it doesn't come out right, I've only got myself to blame. So that's the way I'm going to try this pattern anyway, because that's the way I want to, that's the way my mind works. So that's what I'm going to do. So for the back, I'm going to cast on 51 stitches, and I have both pairs of my zinc needles here. It's 3 3¼ for the rib and 4mm for the rest. The 3¼ rib are green. These needles are green, and the 4mm, I would say it's an electric blue. That I'm not absolutely certain what the colour, just they're just blue, but I would call that electric blue. But anyway, I'll have to check that to see what size I do the picot edge on. Oh, it's 325mm, just the same. So I thought it might have been the bigger needles for the picot rib and changed to the other needles for the. So that's mine. It's very soft, this wool. It's lovely and really soft. I find the end. I'll leave a long end for sewing. I do a cable cast on. It seems very fine as well, this wool. A lot finer than ordinary double knitting that I've been knitting with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Oops, I went over the top. 15. I've lost count of how many stitches I put on now. I'll have to count them up in a minute. I might one day try the thumb cast on, which one of my subscribers, Michelle, I can't remember what her new channel is. She was Keep Calm Knit Happens before, but she had to change her channels, delete her channels and start anew. I'll have to check up, see what that channel is. But she put a video showing how to do the cast on the thumb method. I've never done that one before. I might try it just out of curiosity to see if it's any better than the way I cast on. But I'm doing my usual way for this one. I think I'm going to have to count the stitches because I didn't keep count. $48 I've got, so that's another 3 to go. 49, 50, 51. So that's my stitches casted on, and I'm going to start knitting this, and I will keep up to date with you and let you see how I get on with this. So thumbs up and subscribe, and bye for now.